Hi, it's Lori from Ridgehaven Homestead. Today I'm drinking water and I'm doing a day in the life of an off-grid woman. Come see if it's any different from your day. Good morning, it's Lori from Ridgehaven Homestead and I'm glad that you came, and I would like to ask you a favor. If you're watching this video, please hit subscribe, and if you like the video, please hit like. That just helps us to be able to put our videos in front of other people. Now, today is going to be more of a laid-back day in the life. I had other plans today, but they don't always work out like you think they will. I woke up with a migraine, and so I'm taking it easier. There's plenty of things that I'm working on, but they're just not going to be the same intensity. Like, for instance, I'm not canning my apples today that I picked up yesterday. I just decided to put that on the back burner until I'm feeling a little bit more energetic. So, yeah. We've got the sunglasses on, we've got, honestly, Excedrin on board, and we're doing things. We're just doing them at a slower pace. I wanted to show you something. I'm up the hill, and I found something really cool. Okay, this is what I found on these logs. This is just a wood pile that we have laying here to burn at some point. I thought these, I guess we want to call them mushrooms or something. Sorry about that. That was a wasp landing on me. I'm not fond of them. Yeah, I honestly saw these orange things and I thought someone had left one of those ratcheting straps up here. I thought, why would they have a ratcheting strap up here? Well, no, it was these. I just thought those were neat. Okay, more day in the life, keeping it real. I keep forgetting that we can do laundry here. It's not been very long that we've been able to do that. So let me show you something. That's how we start the laundry. We have an old laundromat speed clean that we picked up, used. It works pretty well. It's a smallish capacity, so I can't do huge stuff, but it's kind of fun having a coin-operated laundry system. I thought I might get rich doing that, but nobody really wants to pay and do laundry, so I'm never going to get rich on that. Besides, the quarters just come out because we don't have a key to hold them in. I'll show you. So here's the thing, and underneath it there's this little thing I fixed that catches like my high-tech electrical box, catches the quarters. And so I just recycle them every time. I don't know, it's just kind of fun and kind of something weird, but so far it's working. So one question is, how is living off-grid different than living on the grid? And I would say there are plenty of things that are different. Doing laundry is very similar. We have this laundry tub here right beside the washer, and I like to pre-soak the orange shirts. They're work shirts for my husband. He gets very greasy with his tree work, and so I just use a little bit of big squirt of Dawn, let them soak, and usually I have to soak and rinse about 3 or 4 times before the water ceases to be black. But these shirts are not too bad today, and I think it's just going to use one little soak. You can see the water's a little dirty, but sometimes it's black. You can't see through it. It's just that grease. So it does a really good job degreasing, and one of these times I'm going to try that homemade laundry detergent, but I'm going to wait until I'm out of the other to attempt that. Yes, we do have a dryer. We have a gas dryer. It's a little propane Cabrillo, and there went the washer. We try to hang up our clothes outside of the clothesline as much as possible to conserve gas and electricity, but we do run this sometimes. I try to run it during the day and not deplete our battery reserves at night. It works pretty well so far. There's just something about laundry fluttering in the breeze that is a good feeling. Here's Andrew bringing in some of the apples that we got the other day, Ginger Gold and Zestar. Every day I come up here to water the direct seeded carrots and beets, and I'm pleased to notice that finally I'm seeing a few carrots popping up. And besides the carrots, there's lots of holy basil volunteers that are coming. There's more of that than the actual carrots that we sowed, but we're having a little bit of hope. There's a very few of the beets yet. It's been about a week and a half, I think, so I'm hoping that they will start to emerge pretty soon. Let's take a look. Carrot seeds are so tiny, and this is one of them that's coming up. But this is the row. There's no more in the row. Let's zoom it out. They're just really slow to emerge. And so I'm really kind of waiting. Here's actually another one, a little bit bigger. They're not getting very good germination. These seeds are from Baker Creek and they may still come around. I've been watering them twice a day, but they're very pokey. I think this might be one of the beets besides that piece of grass there that's growing. Since I'm doing laundry today, I am going to turn on the solar water pump to make sure we don't run out, because I don't do it every day. Just want to be sure that we have enough. I gotta keep an eye on it though, make sure I don't overfill. We don't need to run the pump when we don't need to run the pump. We don't want to burn it out. A day in the life continues. This is what I do every day. Come up to the greenhouse and water the things inside. See my zinnias? So this is what we do every day. I have a few zinnias in here that I planted, a couple sunflowers, and the tomatoes in the cages behind me. We have, I think, 2 or 3 in each cage, and they are reaching their end, but because I keep watering them, they keep producing a little bit, and so we're going to keep encouraging that when we can. But I've been picking so many hornworms off of them. The other day I picked 15 between these 2 tomato cages and then a volunteer behind me that we're letting do its thing because it will make some tomatoes. Those hornworms are going crazy, and they make a beautiful moth. I realize that. It's like a hawk moth, and it's huge and it's impressive, but sorry, we're not going to let them do that if we find them. They've got to go because they eat our tomatoes, they strip the leaves, they eat the fruit, and I did not know this, but when they eat the green leaves, their poop is green. And the other day we noticed red poop, and I'm like, what is making this red poop? Well, it was a hornworm. He'd been eating the red tomatoes. And so what comes in, what comes out, red poop. Believe it or not, this is the top of a tomato plant that the hornworms have literally stripped. I pulled so many hornworms off of this one. And the plant is pretty vigorous. I don't see any today, but that's a lot of the damage that they have done, and there's some of their poop. I'm sure they're still in there because they have lots of places to hide. Sure what's going on. My tank must be pretty low because my pressure is so bad. It's really bad. I turned that pump on, but I'm gonna go check up the hill because I feel like we're out of water. And we are doing laundry, so that's probably depleting it. Okay, so I'm hiking up the hill to check the water situation, and thankfully I had my eyes open because turns out it's not the water situation. Water that is giving me no water. It's somebody has disconnected my hose to the greenhouse, and so of course I have no pressure and no water. I basically was just using what was in the hose. But that's an easy fix. And I guess I still have to go see how much water's in the tank. I'm halfway up the hill, so I might as well keep going. But this will solve my problem very simply. I'm glad because we were in the middle of doing laundry and I didn't want to have to stop because of no water. Andrew was weed eating the other day, and I'm very thankful he was weed eating, but he forgot to hook this back up. So no big deal, as long as you know. Oh, give it a tug. We have a spigot here that has a couple of places that we can hook it up. We gravity feed the water from the top of the hill. And then we have spigots along the way for watering the garden and greenhouse. So then all I have to do is turn it on, whichever way it goes. This way, I think. Oh, yeah, I have to turn the water on because he turned that off too, obviously. Problem solved. I wish all my problems were that easy to solve. Just a little side trip to see the trellises.
Overhead and pick the beans, and since I didn't know these were doing this, since they were slow, I've probably let them get a little too big.
Love the garden. You have the sunflowers, and then you have the things hanging down. It just makes it a nice little garden paradise to me. I wish the sunflowers were still blooming, but they're done. Oh, this is much better. We have much better pressure now. Continue keeping it real. We have wild hair, but we also have this burnt that I was making butternut squash. I was doing several other things like laundry, hanging out laundry, troubleshooting the washer, fixing the dryer, not dryer, but clothesline. And so, of course, I walked away and forgot the butternut squash. And I thought I had one well, but apparently I still had them high. So do you guys know this trick to get this burnt stuff off? It's pretty bad. It got scorched pretty bad. So it's not really a recipe per se, maybe it is. So it's like Dawn dish detergent, and I think you could use any kind. Just use a big squirt of that. Baking soda, and I'll just say some. I don't think the amount is that important. So I gave it generous sprinkle, like a couple tablespoons. And then just plain old vinegar. Cover it, and we can add a little bit of water. You just want to cover the scorched stuff, and then you boil it, it will bubble up more. So this requires a really close eye kept on it. If not, you'll have that mess all over your stove to get it hot. And then you just cook it on low for a few minutes and leave it covered for 10 or 15 minutes. Or already dishes, or for an hour, however long. The longer you let it set, the better it's going to loosen up that stuff. It works really well for loosening the scorch. It's already starting to bubble up slightly. Put the lid on and turn it down to low. And I'm going to leave it while I do all the other dishes, and then I'm going to come back and scrub it. You guys see what I did? I did walk away very briefly while I was doing the other dishes, and it's still boiled over. So we're gonna try and see if this goo scrubs off more easily. Places on the edge. We're checking more. But it did get it all off, and I didn't have to really do any scrubbing, like significant scrubbing. So it was the Dawn, the vinegar, and the baking soda. Cooked, boiled over. So there you have a little snippet, a day in the life of an off-grid woman. It's not so much different from your day. There are a few little nuances that we have to tweak being off-grid, but overall, it's pretty similar. Let me know your questions, anything specific, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot.